this particular image is why, according to Ranty, that he's no longer a flat earther. Okay? So what he said was that this tower is a certain height, and I'm going to give you approximates, and I think it's approximately correct.
G'day everybody, where's Wally here? Well, today I'm going to have a word with Jeran, so let's have a listen to what he's got to say.
500 feet. This mountain back here, the very highest peak, is 2,500 feet. And the distance between us and the tower is 12.5 miles, and the distance to the mountains is 50. Okay? I believe that's correct. So basically what you get out of that is you get the mountain is 4 times as far as the tower, right? Because we're at 12.5 miles and the mountain is 50 miles, therefore it's 4 times as far. But it's 5 times as high, meaning this is only 500 feet, this is 2,500 feet. So according to drawing things sideways...
According to drawing things sideways? Oh, you can just hear the derision in his voice. They love to hate on Muppet View, don't they? Well, you can always tell when something is hurting them. They go after it hard.
Like they love to do. Even though we never see like this, it's just their go-to, what's called orthographic or Muppet vision.
Never seen this? Except right behind you where there is a literal Muppet view of Blackpool, if you care to see it, Jeran.
Exactly in that place, or as some of...
So you'll see here. So supposedly if you draw a... That's not where your observer is. What's going on here? There we go. So can you put yourself on the ground, please, where you're supposed to be? What's going on? Why are those arrows all over the place? Go there. Come on. Okay, there we go. So anyway, when you draw the lines kind of thing, and you'll notice here he's got basically 1 meter in distance here, and then this would be a total of 4 meters. Wait. If it's 50 and then 12 and a half, yeah, I guess that's right. So, and then the mountain being 1 centimeter and 4.5 centimeters, I still think it's a little more than that. It should be 500 to 2,500. Anyway, when you draw a line from your observer, the mountain should be higher than the tower. That's what they think. They don't realize that things reduce in size due to perspective.
Reduce the size due to perspective? Seriously? But this is side view Muppet View. We do Muppet View for Muppets who want to have perspective as a get out of jail free card. Well, in side view, there is no perspective.
Does perspective over distance happen more than in a short? Can you reduce perspective? Meaning, how do I explain it? If you're looking over 50 miles, does perspective actually happen more? Does things dip down lower more than they would if you were doing that on a reduced scale? If you said, instead of doing 50 miles, we're just going to do 5.
Jeran sounds confused. I tell you what would help you, Jeran, is the Walter Bislin Advanced Earth Perspective Calculator. It will show you the amount of perspective drop that happens as you increase the distance away.
Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
Right, because we can actually do that and then do the observation so that the camera view is from the very ground level, and then see if we can see it. If we can, think of how hilarious it'll be to be Ranty. Think how funny it will be to clown on Ranty every day that he left being a flat Earth for a picture that doesn't prove anything other than the Earth isn't a globe.
To clown on Ranty, you say? Haha, well, yeah, it would be, but it won't happen because he's not wrong.
Interesting.
However, Jeran, we can enjoy clowning on you as you are universally wrong. We all do it all the time with just one word.
Interesting.
Thanks for giving us that word, Jeran. Oh, I can clown on you again today as you went full attaboy on No Fanfare's video of the Falcon Heavy launch. Don't believe me? Go and have a look. Well, you could if the video still existed, but guess what? No Fanfare took it down because he was wrong. But did you check that? No, you just assumed that what the Aussie clown had said was correct. And you just said attaboy to him, so I guess you're wrong too.
Interesting.
However, that single observation is so much more devastating to you flatties. The rocket was accelerating up for 39 seconds before it was visible from Wide Awake's viewpoint. It had to be around 3.4 kilometers high. Then and only then was the rocket at or above eye level and above the trees from Wide Awake's vantage point, and he was 110 kilometers away. That led me to a video taken from Myrtle Beach in Southern Carolina, and it was about 600 kilometers away. This time the rocket didn't pop up above the horizon until the flight time of around 1 minute and 35 seconds and about 23 kilometers of vertical. Now, we know this as I was very simply able to sync the Wide Awake video and the SpaceX video and a video by Astronomy live. He was only just over 14 miles away, and he was tracking the rocket and the booster from launch to landing in a single take, no cuts. So it provides a perfect timeline for all the visual cues in Wide Awake's video.
Really incredible views here. Again, we will have Pico, side booster, boost back burn, followed by main engine cutout. Leason for here in just a few seconds.
So just so you can understand, here's the Muppet view. Remember, we use Muppet view as there is no perspective size change to worry about. It's simply a scaled drawing.
Interesting.
What happens when we give you a front-on view like this from Titusville Beach? Well, you go full clown and say dumb stuff like, rockets go down, landing in the ocean. And if we show you the side view where there is no perspective, it's all the same way. You cry, Muppet view.
Interesting.
If you want to see my 4 rocket video all synced up all pretty like, there is a link to that in the description as always. Okay, so you can see there's 23 kilometers hidden plain as day, right? So we can say, 'tis globe, right? But let's go back to the Ranty image. Now, it was taken by Kevin Jackson, who is just some guy. Now, I want to toss a few more images into the mix too. Now, these have been given to me by Stephen Cheatley, and he's a local prize-winning photographer from the Blackpool area. He gave the Flat Earth Globe Earth debate this image a few years ago, and that caused quite a stir. Why? Well, because it shows globe, obviously.
Interesting.
But Stephen, seeking a sense of fair play, decided to take a photo back the other way. He went to Snaefell and looked back to Winter Hill. Now, the effect is absolutely beautiful, and yet again, when you look at the known heights, all you can say is, 'tis globe.
Interesting.
Now, I'll leave a link to the full images in the description as always. So if you flatties, or level as horizontal as flat guys, want to have a look, then you have no problem. And all you need to do is show us where we're wrong. Go on, use some geometry and show us.
Interesting.
Well, almost done, but you know I like to have a little bit of fun, and here's an idea I had just now. The rocket was first visible above the horizon when it was 23 kilometers of up. Now the boost is separated and chucked to Yui at about 70 kilometers of upness. So where is the 0 kilometers based on those 2 points in space? With no perspective across the field of view, we should be able to simply scale it. Let's see, shall we? Ooh, that's way below the horizon. Way, way, way below. What do you reckon, Jeran?
Interesting.
Now next up will be the final burn for each of these side boosters. That is the landing burn. It is just a single engine burn, the center E9 engine. Each one of these M1D engines have about 190,000 pounds of thrust. So that is enough to slow the vehicle down just in time for landing. And you can see the coast of Florida in the background.
Coast Research Flag.
And that landing burn coming up here in just about 20 seconds or so. Landing burn will last about 20 seconds long. Again, we are scheduled to land on landing zone 1 and landing zone 2.